Businesses banning the vaccinated. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because there seems to be a trend in Australia, and I imagine other parts of the world, of businesses and hairdressers in particular banning vaccinated people from their businesses. We are not your hairdresser if you've had the COVID vax. And, well, there are two examples that I want to draw to your attention and have a bit of a discussion about this. Because do you think, what precedent does this set? Really, banning people from your business if they've had a particular medical procedure. What else could that lead to? Now, one could make the argument that it's simply an extension of freedom of association. People like to do business with people who are like-minded. And I'm sure, in some ways, maybe this is a bit of a publicity stunt. But where does it end? And there's a danger in a multicultural society where tribalism could rear its head, and then it could exacerbate tensions between different groups. We've seen how successful that's been in the past. So here's the first example, a Gold Coast hairdresser. And she shared this post on Instagram. We're not your hairdresser if you've had the COVID vax. Read below our reasons as to why we will not be servicing people, we will not servicing people who have had this shot. And let's have a look at the reasons. We've decided to implement this into our salon for the health and safety of our staff and clients. Here's why. The unknown health effects of the mRNA vaccine are not covered by our public liability insurance. What does your public liability insurance cover you for anyway? Is if someone slips and falls. And how... here's the thing. If someone got sick at your premises, are they able to sue you for that? I think the greater risk here is the government declaring you a hotspot and destroying your business. That's what I think is a much greater risk. We also have to take into consideration the thousands of reported side effects this shot has shown so far, such as unusual sights and symptoms within the menstrual cycle, such as heavy bleeding, flooding, clotting, and spotting, I'm assuming, at times in the cycle, which is not normal to do so. Seizures, blood clotting, bruises within the legs, and so on. Now, here's the thing. I know very little about female menstrual cycle, although I am learning a lot more because of Rachel's research, just into how terrible our education system is in teaching women about their fertility. An example, I was talking to a mother yesterday, that, when you're young and a teenager, that there's a longer period of time when the mucus is going to be susceptible, hospitable, to semen coming in. And the older you get, you literally dry up, okay? Literally dry up. There's less time for it to survive. So the time period of when you can get inseminated or can get pregnant just shrinks. And I wonder how many people just leave things too late and are not really aware of what's going on. And we're not taught this at school. It's ludicrous. But also, one thing with the hormonal pill that people are using, blood clotting is a side effect of that. How many people take that? We are deeply sorry for any inconvenience to you. However, the safety of our staff and existing clients is our priority. What does that have to do with this? Are you going to get sick from a blood clot? We'll reevaluate our policy when clinical trials of the experimental injection are completed in 2023. Please notify us if you've had this injection before making an appointment with us. Thank you for your understanding. Kima team. So they're going to start asking people to show their papers to prove that you haven't had the injection, haven't had the COVID vaccination. Now, I'm respectful of this hairdresser's right to put these rules in place in her business. She's a private business person. I'm concerned at the precedent it sets, businesses banning people for having medical procedures done. I think a lot of the risks that she's highlighting are probably unfounded. And I suspect it's more to do with fear and hysteria, which probably wouldn't be surprising considering this is from the Gold Coast, everyone. I mean, we know the type. If you've ever been down the Gold Coast hairdressers, okay. And here's how the media is reporting it. Defiant hairdresser stands by absurd COVID ban. I mean, the media is definitely taking a tangent, attack to it. Jackie Lambie savages the Queensland hairdresser who has banned clients vaccinated against coronavirus. Hairdresser sparks outrage by banning customers who've had the coronavirus vaccine. And here's an interesting one that just popped up on the Daily Star. Hairdresser bans COVID vaccinated clients from salon 2 years after period facial drama. So she's, guys, the feminist stuff, the period blood on the face. Yeah, I haven't had breakfast yet today. I think I'll make this video an Odyssey exclusive. I think I will. So does that add to the legitimacy of her understanding of health issues, or would that make you question it? Yeah, just saying. But it's her business. If she wants to do this, let her do it. If it attracts more customers, let it attract more customers. If it drives them away, let it drive them away. But you have to understand, you're banning people for a medical procedure. And where does that stop? Do you want to start banning people? Maybe, okay, no one who votes Greens is allowed in your business. No one who votes Labour, or no one who votes Liberals. You don't want any of those dirty Conservatives or those One Nations. Let's start banning people on political preference. Oh, what about then ethnicity? Oh, wait, some sexual orientation, they engage in sexual activities which heighten their risk of catching diseases. We've got a syphilis outbreak in Victoria right now, of all places. Maybe we should start banning people based on that in your business. The market will respond, guys. I'm quite confident the market would respond. I think this is just born out of hysteria, really, and fear. And you can't blame people with what we've gone through in the last year. But, this is, I'm bringing out the all slippery slope argument here. Do you want to live? Well, here's the question. Do we need, is this argument for the state and our society mandating anti-discrimination rules so you can't discriminate against these things? Or should we just let the market decide and let people resolve those issues? Or is the potential ethnic conflict that can arise out of that too dangerous because it could manifest into violence, particularly through tough times? There's a consideration. And she's not alone. There's another one in Victoria doing it. Well, what's with the hairdressers? They cut hair. Does the coronavirus jump out of the hair? And, my mother's a hairdresser, which has done me really no good. But still, I'll have to ask her if she's afraid of catching it. I guess you're breathing with people, then they're down there. I guess people talk so much when they're getting their hair cut. That's probably what you're afraid of. So here's the considerations. Is this an example of freedom of association? Should we allow businesses to ban whoever they want? Should we just go, let's remove the anti-discrimination legislation and allow private businesses to ban who they want? Then what will happen then? We're already seeing there's already discrimination, positive discrimination based on race, sexual orientation, and all these other things in government where they try and meet their minority quotas. Does banning people who've had a medical procedure set an unpleasant precedent? What's next? If people are getting afraid. Or, maybe she's getting an uptick in business right now, and I wouldn't be surprised on the Gold Coast. What will that do long term? Or is this all just a marketing spin to get her attention? We're talking about a hair salon on the Gold Coast that I would never have even heard about. Probably driven past several times around there. They're a dime a dozen, guys. And this is getting attention from the entire country for it. Politicians. Lambie is speaking out. I guarantee there would be enough people on the Gold Coast that have got either an apprehension or a fear of this vaccination, so maybe they'd be attracted to that business. Or maybe they want to ideologically support a business that takes a stand like this. Could it be a marketing spin? Or am I getting too cynical in my old age? And do people simply prefer doing business with like-minded people? And is there something wrong with that? What do you think? So there's two sides to this, everyone, and it connects out. It can grow into something quite concerning if, as a society, we have to decide how far you want to let it go. Do you want to give private businesses this right, or do you think the danger of giving that right is too far? I would lean more towards allowing businesses to pick and choose who they want to do business with and let the market decide, because I'm fairly confident people who make stupid decisions, who ban certain ethnicities, who ban people based on sexual orientation, I think they won't last long term in the market. What do you reckon? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.